Imagine this. What if you could download new skills into your brain, just like Neo in the Matrix? No more hours wasted highlighting, rereading, and forgetting. Just fast, effective learning, like unlocking a superpower you've had all along. Sounds like sci-fi, right? But here's the truth. The secret to learning faster isn't working harder. It's working smarter. Most people are learning the hard way. They spend hours trying to memorize instead of internalize. But today, I'm going to show you how to hack your brain so you can learn faster, remember longer, and actually enjoy the process. Whether you're a student, a busy professional, or just love learning new things, these 10 techniques will change everything. 1. Learn by doing, hands-on experience. Ever watched a tutorial or read a guide but never actually tried the thing? Guilty as charged. Here's the deal. Real learning kicks in when you roll up your sleeves and get hands-on. Consider this. If I want to play basketball, should I just binge NBA highlights? No way. I need to grab a ball, take some shots, and miss plenty before I improve. Learning a language? Skip endless word lists and start talking. Sounding awkward is part of the deal. Same goes for cooking. You won't become a master chef by watching videos. Get in the kitchen, mix some ingredients, and don't sweat the burnt dishes or messy counters. Let's face it, nobody enjoys screwing up. But here's the truth. Mistakes are your brain's secret weapon. Failing and fixing teaches you faster than anything else. So don't shy away from errors. Welcome them. Hands-on practice supercharges your learning, building real neural connections instead of fleeting facts. Why? Action creates experience, and experience is the best teacher. Stop hesitating, quit overthinking, and just start. That's the key to mastering any skill faster than you ever thought possible. 2. Teach what you learn. The explainer. Trick here's a powerful hack to learn anything faster. Ever read something, felt like you got it, but then blanked when you tried explaining it to someone? Been there. That's because grasping something in your mind isn't the same as saying it out loud. Teaching shows you what you truly understand and what's still fuzzy. If you can't break it down simply, you haven't nailed it yet. This pushes you to revisit, clarify, and fill in gaps, making your knowledge rock solid. Research shows that teaching others boosts retention far more than quietly reviewing notes, highlighting textbooks, or passively listening. Why? Because speaking, organizing your thoughts, and tackling questions activate multiple brain regions, forging stronger learning connections. Say you just learned a fascinating fact about space, history, or a new skill. Try explaining it to a friend. Putting it into words makes your brain organize the info better. If your friend's confused, perfect. Their questions will help you spot and fix gaps in your understanding. No friend nearby? No worries. Teach an imaginary crowd or even talk to yourself in the mirror. Seriously, just speak out loud, pretending someone's listening. It might feel odd, but trust me, it's a game changer for locking in what you've learned. 3. Use multisensory learning. Ever read a page and forget it the instant you look away? That's because most of us rely on just one sense, like reading or listening. To learn 10 times faster, engage multiple senses at once: sight, sound, and touch. This multisensory approach supercharges your brain's ability to absorb and retain info. Our brain is like a vast web of pathways. The more ways you engage with info, through seeing, hearing, or doing, the stronger those pathways grow, helping you recall and master things faster. Here's how it works. Skip silent reading, read aloud instead. Hearing your voice blends sight and sound, locking info in better. Watch a video or listen to a podcast while jotting notes. Pairing visuals with audio makes understanding and recall easier. Summarize what you've learned in your own words. Writing trumps highlighting as it pushes your brain to process actively. To learn 10 times faster, don't stick to one sense. Blend sight, sound, and touch to supercharge your brain's connections, making learning quicker and more effective. 4. Spaced repetition for smart recall. Be real. Have you ever crammed for an exam, chugging coffee past midnight, trying to jam everything into your brain? Spoiler, the next day it's like your mind's a blank slate. Cramming's the worst, it's stressful, and most of what you learned vanishes fast. To retain info faster and for the long haul, skip the cramming and embrace spaced repetition, a smarter way to make knowledge stick. Spaced repetition means reviewing what you've learned at growing intervals. Think a day later, then a few days, then a week, and beyond. Instead of cramming in one go, this method shifts info from short-term to long-term memory, making it stick for good. Imagine you're learning a new language and pick up some fresh words. Read them once and move on? They'll fade fast. Instead, review them the next day, then 3 days later, then a week later. Each revisit strengthens your brain's grip on those words, locking them in for keeps. Try this with flashcards. Each time you review, you'll find the words sticking more easily, almost like your brain's building a permanent home for them. That's the power of spaced repetition at work. Spaced repetition taps into your brain's natural learning rhythm. New info slips away fast without reinforcement, but timely reviews nudge your brain to cement it for good. Spacing those reviews strategically gives your memory the edge to lock in knowledge long-term. 5. Turn learning into a game. Let's face it, learning can feel like a drag, stuck reading or listening when you'd rather chill. But what if learning could be as fun as your favorite game? Good news, it can. Gamifying your learning makes it exciting and keeps you hooked. Gamification transforms learning into a game. Rather than slogging through tasks, you set up rewards, challenges, and milestones, making it feel like leveling up in your favorite video game. Imagine you're learning a new language. Instead of grinding through word lists for an hour, set a fun challenge. I'll master 10 new words in 20 minutes. Turn it into a game by trying to top your score each session. Who doesn't love rewards, right? After you hit your challenge or goal, reward yourself with something small but satisfying. It could be a favorite snack, a break to watch your favorite show, or even a few minutes of gaming time. Treat yourself for achieving something new. Want to make it even more exciting? Compete with yourself or a friend. Let's say you're both learning a new skill. Set a timer for a set amount of time, and whoever gets the most done wins a prize. It doesn't have to be big, just something fun. Now you might be wondering, why does gamifying make learning so much better? Well, here's the thing. Games trigger a dopamine release in your brain, which makes you feel good when you achieve something. This feeling of reward encourages you to keep going and stay motivated to learn more. By turning learning into a game, you're creating an environment where your brain is more motivated, focused, and rewarded. It makes learning feel fun and rewarding, which not only boosts your memory, but also speeds up your ability to pick up new skills and information. The 80-20 rule. Focus on what matters. The 80-20 rule, also called the Pareto principle, says that 80% of your results come from 20% of your effort. This applies to learning too. In other words, a small portion of what you do leads to the majority of your progress. The key is identifying and focusing on those high-impact tasks so you don't waste time on activities that add little value. To learn guitar effectively, prioritize the 20% of chords and techniques that appear in most songs. As a beginner, skip advanced finger picking or every possible chord. Master a few key chords to play a wide range of songs quickly. Exactly. The 80-20 rule. Focus on the 20% of chords and techniques that unlock 80% of songs. It's all about maximizing progress with minimal effort. Spot on. The 80-20 rule cuts through the clutter. By zeroing in on the essential chords and techniques, you sidestep overwhelm and make rapid progress. It's about working smarter, focusing effort on what delivers the biggest results fast. 7. Harness the power of questions. Fuel curiosity. Struggling to retain new information? Instead of passively accepting facts, ask questions. Engaging actively with the material boosts learning speed and retention. To deepen understanding, replace rote memorization with curious questions. Why does this work? How does it apply? What if I tried it differently? What else could I explore? Asking questions pushes your brain to truly understand, not just memorize. Kids are proof, endlessly asking, "Why is the sky blue?" Or, "What happens if I mix this?" Drives rapid learning through curiosity. Emulate that relentless questioning to grasp concepts deeply and learn faster. As adults, we often stop questioning and accept things at face value. Reignite that childlike curiosity. Ask why, how, or what if. It deepens understanding, boosts retention, and accelerates learning. When studying history, go beyond memorizing dates and events. Ask, why did this event occur? What if the outcome had been different? How does it impact us now? This approach deepens understanding and makes learning stick. When learning a skill like playing an instrument, boost your progress by asking, why do these chords sound good together? How do pros approach this technique? What if I experiment with a different style? Asking questions takes you past surface learning, sparking connections in your brain. This deepens understanding, making you learn up to 10 times faster than rote memorization. When learning something new, don't just take it at face value, question it. The more you ask, the quicker you'll understand and master it. 8. Study in short bursts. Avoid mental burnout. Ever sit down to learn and after 30 minutes your brain fogs up? Nothing sticks, you're distracted, and an hour vanishes with zero progress. Short, focused sessions, 10 to 25 minutes, keep your mind sharp, boost retention, and make learning feel manageable. Good news, you don't need hours of study to learn effectively. Short, focused bursts outperform long cram sessions for better retention and efficiency. Learning is like working out. Grinding for 3 hours straight leads to burnout, but short, intense study sessions build knowledge effectively without draining you. Consistency is key. Rather than slogging through a textbook for an hour, study in 10 to 25-minute bursts. Set a timer, tackle one topic, then take a break. This lets your brain process and retain information more effectively. Short study bursts accelerate learning because your brain stays sharp, avoiding mental fatigue. Memory retention improves with time to process between sessions. Learning feels less like a chore, keeping you motivated. To learn 10 times faster, ditch long study sessions. Use short, focused bursts, 10 to 25 minutes. It's easier, keeps you engaged, and boosts retention far more than cramming. 9. Surround yourself with smarter people. Ever notice how hanging out with certain people makes you pick up their habits, ideas, or even their slang? That's because we soak up the energy, wisdom, and mindset of those around us. To learn faster and crush it in any skill or part of life, here's the key. Hang out with people who've already nailed what you're chasing. This applies to any skill or knowledge. It's called learning by osmosis. Your brain picks up how experts think, solve problems, and tackle challenges simply by being in their orbit. Aiming to excel in business? Go beyond books, connect with entrepreneurs, join business groups, hit up events, or hang out with successful business owners. Their way of talking, deciding, and tackling challenges will naturally rub off on you. Want to get fit? Hang out with fitness buffs. When your friends are hitting the gym, eating clean, and staying active, you're far more likely to jump on board and do the same. Being around sharp, skilled, and ambitious people fast-tracks your growth like nothing else. To master any skill 10 times faster, seek out the right crowd, soak up their expertise, and watch your progress soar. 10. Sleep and exercise. Fuel for your brain. Want to learn faster? These two are game changers. You know they're great for your health, but here's the kicker. They also turbocharge your brain power, helping you absorb and master skills quicker. Everyone knows a good night's sleep leaves you refreshed, but it's also a learning superpower. During sleep, your brain performs memory consolidation, sorting and storing the day's new info into long-term memory. It's like saving your notes to the cloud for easy access later. Pretty awesome, huh? Ever pulled an all-nighter cramming for a test, only to blank out the next day? That's because without sleep, your brain can't properly sort and store new info. Sleep acts like a reset button for your mind. Skip it, and your learning won't stick nearly as well. Now on to exercise. It's like rocket fuel for your brain. You might not link working out with learning, but it's a game changer. Exercise boosts blood flow, delivering more oxygen and nutrients to your brain, sharpening its speed, creativity, and performance. Even a quick 10-minute walk can sharpen your focus and spark creativity. Stuck on a tough problem or task? Step away for a brief stroll, your mind clears and suddenly ideas flow. Exercise ramps up brain-boosting chemicals like dopamine and endorphins, making you sharper and more alert. Pairing quality sleep with regular exercise creates an ideal environment for your brain to soak up and retain knowledge. Sleep locks in what you've learned, while exercise keeps your mind sharp, focused, and primed for new challenges. A well-tuned brain learns and masters skills faster. Wrap up, take action. So there you have it. Learning 10 times faster isn't about grinding harder. It's about using your brain the way it was built to learn. From hands-on practice to teaching others, using multiple senses, and optimizing your brain's environment, these strategies will change how you learn forever. The key? Take action. Don't just watch this. Apply it. Try it. See what works for you. If you found this helpful, like, subscribe, and share with someone who needs to hear it. Now go out there and start learning 10 times faster.